Hi, you're listening to Book Chat with author Vivian E. Moore.
Welcome, everybody, to this week's episode. We really appreciate you joining us. This podcast really shows us how we can all learn, live, and thrive off of each other. By sharing our knowledge through our conversations, we will impart some knowledge whilst learning ourselves how to progress even further. Here is your host.
Hello and welcome to Book Chat. I am your host, author Vivian E. Moore. I hope everyone had a great week and I hope you're having a better weekend. All right, so let's get straight to today's show, shall we? The title is In a Nutshell, and the topic is the benefits of great book descriptions. Now, I'm about to get just a little bit personal. Y'all ready? All right, so have you ever relied on someone for directions, whether written or listen to them, tell you step by step which way to go? Now, I don't mean GPS, even if they are reliable most of the time, but not always, okay? There are always exceptions to every rule. Case in point, a woman in a minivan went straight into a Hawaiian harbor using the step-by-step system of the GPS. Now, I don't understand why she didn't get the visual of where she was going, even if she was listening to the directions being fed to her by the GPS, but the car's GPS. But sometimes, you have to insert just a little bit of common sense into everything that you do, even if you are relying on something or someone to direct you. Okay, so that was a teachable moment for her, but I'm glad everyone came out of that okay. All right, so back to today's discussion. So we know that GPS isn't a medium for descriptive book covers, but you understand why both are needed, okay? Now, I'm not going to tell you how to write an award-winning book description, all right? That's not what I'm about today. But what I will do is explain why the benefits of great book descriptions are so necessary, all right? If you are a writer or an author, you already know this, okay? So this is just my 2 cents worth on why we need great book descriptions. So without understanding metadata and all the other technical things designed to draw readers to your book, I just want to stick to the simplest explanation possible, all right? Just the simplest of details. We're going to keep it simple, all right? So we already know that the title and the book cover play a significant role in attracting readers. Readers like nice book covers. If it's romance, they want to see something. If it's a guy on the cover, they want to see. They want to see. What you're talking about, what you got. They want to see all of that. If it's horror, the cover should match what the story details are about, and so on. That's every book, okay? Even if it's children's book. The cover generally matches whatever the book description is about, or it should, okay? It shouldn't take your readers on a trip and, without directions, okay? Because they want to know where this book is going and pretty much how it's going to end, based on that book description. All right. So anyway, the next thing is that the readers rely on what the book synopsis will tell them without scanning the entire book for details. Okay, so that sort of defeats the purpose if the book description leaves them wanting more or needing more information. They're confused. Okay, it's like, well, I still don't know what this book is about, so I'm not about to read this book because the book description is so confusing to where I feel as though the story will be just as confusing. So I'm not doing this. All right. So anyway, you know, that book is going to get reshelved and then they're going to move on to the next one. So you don't want that happening to your book. You want to make sure that those book descriptions are on point and that everything you need to say is within that book description. All right. It leaves nothing out. They know exactly what this story is about. Okay. So anyway, you know, so based on the book description highlights and how well it's written, chances are you've earned a reader, and that's what you want to do. Okay, that's the purpose, the point, and the purpose. All right, so most authors are great at telling the character's story. Okay, because that's a plus. That's necessary, okay? But they find it harder to give a brief synopsis of what the story is about. Now, I mean, and it's not just one author. That's pretty much every author that has to write their own book description, okay? Whether you are a marketed publisher or you're self-publishing, you know, you still have some input on that book description. All right, that comes from you, because you have to tell whoever's marketing your book, whoever the publisher of your book is, they need to know what it's about as well. Okay, in order to write a good book description, you got to have some input to offer them as well, so they can put their best foot forward. So that puts your book front and center. All right. Now, if you want a prime example of synopsises when it comes to promoting just about anything, look at commercials, television commercials. Now, they are a tried and true formula for hooking and reeling viewers in. With catchy jingles and delicious and appealing brands that make you want to run out and buy or order whatever it is they're selling. Okay, now, and I'm guilty of this. I'm holding up my hand. I'm guilty of this. You know, if I see a commercial, because I'm a foodie, I love to eat. All right, so if I see a commercial and I mean they've got some delicious looking food on there, guess what? I'm about to get on Grubhub. I'm about to get on Uber Eats, whatever is available to me at the time to order that food, because oh my goodness, it looks so good. Or if it's a product, you know, I try to steer away from the home shopping network, okay, because they will have me buying stuff that I don't even need just because they got a good sell pitch. All right, and that's what you want to do for that book cover. You want to have an awesome sell pitch to get those readers to pick up your book, to read it, and to buy it. Okay, so remember that. All right, remember TV commercials. They sort of set the scale or the bar for advertising and reeling people in to buy whatever product that's being advertised. Okay, so I mean it's mind blowing and it's impressive how TV commercials deliver all they need to say in 2 minutes or less. Okay, because we know most TV commercials, most of them last for about 60 seconds. The majority of them do. Some are a little bit longer, but still, you know everything you need to know within that time frame. So, and you can do the same with a great book description. And I'm not just saying this to say it, because it is impressive what you can do in a short amount of time. All right, you don't have to have an hour just to tell someone what the book is about. And no reader has an hour to stand around or to go to Amazon or wherever they buy books and read a book description. Book description is going to take 30 minutes out of their day. That should let you know that's way too long. Okay, you need to shorten that about to at least to a readable time frame that's under a minute or maybe under 2 minutes. Okay, short and sweet is the best practice. All right. So what may seem impossible is a very doable task. All right. Ask the millions of bestsellers who stick to this formula. They know what it takes. They know what to do to get their book front and center without overdoing it, without making the reader tired just reading the book description. It's like, okay, I'm not reading this because the book description is too long. So that tells me the book is going to be equally long. So no, I'm not investing any time in doing this. All right. So yeah, I'm moving on to the next one. Anyway, and that's sad, but it's very true. All right. So, just summarize the details and that's all the reader needs. And if you can keep it to one paragraph or 250 words, that's even better. All right. So, the competition is steep out here, and it grows daily, and it's of the essence. Okay. So make sure your book is front and center for the readers, waiting for an exciting and well-written description on the cover. All right. So, and there are so many examples out there. Even if you don't know how to write one, there are examples that you can follow that will show you step-by-step instructions on how to write a good book cover. And I know it may sound easier said than done, and most of the time it is, because, you can read someone else's book description and, and it's like, oh, okay, well, they make it sound easy, but most of the time it's not easy because you have to know what to put in that book description, in those details that's going to capture the reader's attention from the get-go. All right. So, practice makes perfect. Just work on it, what I do is I'll write a book description, and then I'll let someone read it and then ask them what they think the book is about. So if they nail it, then I know I've done my job. But if they have to hem and haw about it, then that means that I need to go back to the drawing board. All right. So, like I said, I'm not immune to it either. I suffer from that same disease of not being able to write great book descriptions. It takes practice, and practice makes everything better. All right. We know that for sure. So, an eye-catching book cover shares the same importance as reviews. We all know that. And I said that from the beginning, the cover should match the description. It lets the readers know what they're in for, what they're about to get, and based on that book cover and that book description. All right. So to gain and to notice and to connect with other readers on the front end, that front end appeal, it speaks a lot. It speaks volumes before they even read one page of the book. Okay. That you need that from the start, from that cover, okay, from the front. Well, generally the book description is on the back cover, but okay. But anyway, if you are looking at it online, then it generally falls underneath the book cover. It's the next thing down. All right. So just make sure that that is great, not good, but great, because that's necessary. All right. So and added benefit, the best benefit of having a great book description is that it publicizes who you are as a writer and your work. Okay. So think of it as free publicity and a chance to pitch to readers your credentials while effectively flexing your abilities. All right, guys. So that is the show for today. I hope you check out all the other episodes of Book Chat. It generally airs at 6 o'clock, not live, but it is pre-recorded. So I hope that you are going out there listening, downloading, listening, liking, and sharing. I would appreciate that so very much. It's so important to me that you do that. And, like and follow me on social media as well. I'm on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. Okay. And, with anything, we need to tell those who we care about the most, how we feel about them today, because tomorrow is not promised. And today may be the only chance you get to say that. So on that note, I love you. I hope you love me back. Until the next time you hear my voice, God bless you and goodbye.
Loved what you've heard on this week's episode? Well, the answer is simple. It would mean the world to us if you could head over to iTunes and leave us a 5-star review and feedback. Spreading the word really is the best way to grow our podcast and achieve even greater things. Thank you.